In late 2025, the US Pentagon issued an unusually blunt warning to Canada: abandon the F-35 fighter jet deal and face serious consequences. The message was direct, leaving little room for interpretation, and it sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles on both sides of the border. This was no backroom negotiation. It was a public ultimatum, shaking the foundations of US-Canada relations. The announcement was covered by major news outlets, fueling speculation and concern among policymakers and citizens alike. The timing was pointed. Canada's new government, led by Prime Minister Mark Carney, was reconsidering its plan to buy 88 F-35s, the backbone of its Air Force modernization. Carney's administration faced mounting pressure to justify the enormous expense to the Canadian public. Rising costs, production delays, and a tempting offer from Sweden's Saab Gripen had put the deal in jeopardy. The Gripen, with its lower price tag and promises of local industry benefits, became an attractive alternative for Canada's defense planners. The Pentagon's message was clear: this isn't just about jets, but about the future of North American security and the integrity of NORAD. US officials argued that interoperability and shared technology are vital for continental defense. The US insists that NORAD's effectiveness depends on both nations flying the same advanced aircraft. Any deviation, they warn, could weaken joint operations and response times in a crisis. The idea of Canada choosing a non-American jet has alarmed Washington, turning a procurement debate into a diplomatic standoff. Behind closed doors, officials worry about the precedent this could set for other allies. For Canada, the decision now balances national interests, economic realities, and immense US pressure. Lawmakers are weighing the long-term impact on jobs, defense capabilities, and the country's autonomy. The stakes are high. Canada's choice will impact its economy, sovereignty, and its most important international relationship. The outcome could redefine how Canada positions itself on the world stage for years to come. This is more than a story about fighter jets. It's about shifting power and trust in a changing world. The decision will echo far beyond military procurement, influencing alliances and global perceptions. The world is watching as Canada faces a defining moment, one that could alter the balance of power and reshape the future of North American defense. The Royal Canadian Air Force must replace its aging CF-18s, and the choice is down to two: the American F-35 or Sweden's Saab Gripen. The F-35 deal, worth $19 billion, promised elite airpower and deepened US ties. But Saab's Gripen offers lower costs, local jobs, and more Canadian control. An appealing package for a government under budget pressure. The decision is about more than hardware. It's a choice between deepening US integration or asserting greater independence. Prime Minister Carney's government faces a high-stakes dilemma: stick with the costly, complex F-35, or risk US ire for a more affordable, sovereign option. The outcome will define Canada's defense and its global identity for decades. The F-35 and Gripen represent two very different visions for Canada's Air Force. The F-35 is a fifth-generation stealth fighter, a flying command center with unmatched sensors and data sharing, America's technological pinnacle. The Gripen, a 4.5-generation jet, trades stealth for agility, low operating costs, and the ability to operate from remote, improvised runways, ideal for Canada's vast Arctic. Industrially, the F-35 keeps Canada tied to a US-controlled support network, while Saab promises local assembly, technology transfer, and true operational independence. The F-35 offers cutting-edge tech and seamless NATO integration. The Gripen offers affordability, flexibility, and sovereignty. Canada isn't choosing between a good and bad jet, but between two excellent fighters with very different strategic advantages. The decision is a test of priorities: technological supremacy or pragmatic independence. Each path carries profound implications for Canada's future. The choice is as much about values as it is about aircraft. The Gripen's biggest selling point is cost, both to buy and to fly. In an era where every dollar counts, affordability is more important than ever for Ottawa's defense planners. Saab claims the Gripen E costs just $7,500 per flight hour, compared to the F-35's $33,000 or more. That's a staggering difference, especially when multiplied across years of operations and hundreds of missions. Over decades, that's billions in savings, allowing more training, more patrols, and greater readiness. It means pilots can spend more time in the air, and the Air Force can respond to threats more often. The F-35's persistent delays and overruns add to Ottawa's frustration. The Block 4 upgrade Canada wants is years late, and billions over budget. These setbacks have made it difficult for the government to plan and deliver on its defense promises. Saab's offer to assemble jets in Canada, create high-tech jobs, and transfer technology sweetens the deal. This isn't just about buying planes, it's about building a future for Canadian aerospace. For a government under pressure to spend wisely and boost domestic industry, the Gripen is a compelling alternative. It checks boxes for both fiscal responsibility and national growth. Proponents argue, better to have a jet you can afford to fly than a hangar queen you can't. Operational jets mean a stronger, more flexible Air Force. The Gripen promises reliability, local jobs, and industrial independence. It's a package that appeals to both military leaders and economic planners. For Ottawa, it's a rare chance to get more for less and keep control at home. The decision could shape Canada's air power and industry for decades to come. The F-35's soaring costs make the Swedish option hard to ignore, especially when the stakes for Canada's future are so high. For the Pentagon, Canada's switch to the Gripen threatens more than a lost sale. It risks the very fabric of North American defense. This isn't just about dollars or contracts, it's about the deep-rooted military partnership that has defined the continent's security for decades. Interoperability is key. NORAD relies on both nations flying the same jets, sharing data, and operating as one. The ability to instantly communicate, coordinate, and respond to threats depends on seamless integration at every level. The F-35's secure networks and stealth are designed for seamless integration. The Gripen, while NATO compatible, lacks these unique features. The difference isn't just technical, it's strategic, shaping how missions are planned and executed together. Washington fears a split fleet would weaken joint operations and create exploitable gaps. In a crisis, even small incompatibilities could slow down response times or limit effectiveness, putting both nations at risk. Economically, Canada's exit would hurt the F-35 program's prestige and bottom line, and could embolden other partners to reconsider. Billions in investments and thousands of jobs are tied to the program's continued success. The F-35 ties allies into a US-led web of technology and logistics, giving Washington long-term influence. This network extends far beyond the aircraft itself, shaping future defense projects and alliances. Choosing the Gripen would grant Canada more independence, but at the cost of diminished US leverage. It's a move that signals a shift in priorities, towards sovereignty, but away from the established order. For the US, this is about security, economics, and maintaining leadership among allies. The decision reverberates through diplomatic channels and defense strategies alike. The stakes go far beyond fighter jets. They touch on power, trust, and the future of the alliance. Every choice Canada makes will be closely scrutinized by friends and rivals alike. Canada's decision could reshape the balance of influence in North America. It's a pivotal moment that could redefine how the continent's defense is structured for years to come. The Pentagon's warning is as much about control as it is about defense. It's a reminder of how military choices ripple through politics, industry, and international relations. The world is watching to see which way Canada leans, knowing that this decision will echo far beyond its borders and shape alliances for a generation. At the heart of Canada's debate is sovereignty. Who really controls the jets? Saab offers Canada access to the Gripen source code and technology, promising true independence in upgrades and maintenance. The F-35, by contrast, is tethered to a US-controlled logistics network. Critics fear Washington could ground Canada's fleet in a dispute. The Gripen appeals to those wary of relying on a foreign power for national defense. Yet, even the Gripen isn't fully independent. Its engine is American-made, giving the US a veto over parts and support. In today's global supply chains, absolute sovereignty is elusive. The debate reveals a hard truth. Every choice comes with dependencies. For Canada, the question is which dependency it can live with and which risks it's willing to take. True control may be more illusion than reality. The F-35 is fast becoming the global standard for Western air power. Allies like the UK, Australia, Japan, and Norway are building their air forces around it, creating a powerful network of shared tactics, training, and technology. This integration allows seamless cooperation in real-world operations. NATO F-35s can share data and coordinate attacks without a word. For Canada, joining this club means top-tier access and influence. Staying out risks being sidelined in coalition missions. Other nations' experiences reinforce the F-35's value against advanced threats, especially from Russia and China. The Gripen, meanwhile, has its own circle of satisfied users, proving its worth in NATO and beyond. Both jets have strong track records, but the F-35's network effect is unmatched. Canada must decide: join the world's most advanced air power network, or chart its own course. If Canada cancels the F-35, the fallout will be immediate and far-reaching. Dozens of Canadian firms would lose lucrative contracts, costing billions and threatening high-tech jobs. Washington would see the move as a strategic snub, risking a chill in defense and trade relations. Penalty fees and sunk costs would add up, and the RCAF would face major delays and disruptions as it pivots to a new jet. Ironically, buying the Gripen would also support Brazil's Embraer, a direct competitor to Canada's Bombardier. The risks are industrial, political, and strategic. The decision could redefine Canada's relationship with its closest ally, and its own aerospace industry. For Ottawa, the price of independence may be higher than it appears. As of January 2026, Canada's fighter jet future hangs in the balance. The Carney government faces three options: stick with the F-35 and preserve the alliance, pivot to the Gripen and assert sovereignty, or try a mixed fleet, risking complexity and cost. Each path carries heavy consequences for defense, industry, and diplomacy. The RCAF waits, its old jets aging fast as political battles rage in Ottawa and Washington. The clock is ticking and the world is watching. Whatever the choice, it will shape Canada's security and alliances for generations. The storm over Canada's next fighter jet is far from over.